Hey everyone, welcome back to CLI Studios. I'm Kinny, and today we're going to be doing a super basic beginner ballet bar. Keep in mind the reason that you take ballet, and if you're wondering, I don't know why I have to take ballet because my mom tells me I have to, or it's the foundation of all dance. But the real question is how and why is it the foundation? And it is because through repetition. Through repetition, we gain habit. And our goal as dancers is to train our bodies to have our technique be habit, so we don't have to think about lengthening your knees and pointing your toes and keeping your shoulders down and back and your ribcage melting down and all these things that have to do with technique. Once we step on stage, that has all become habit, and our brains are free to become artists. So let's go to the bar. We're going to do super basic stuff. First, we're just going to do some simple roll-throughs of the feet in parallel. First thing, I want you to find a kind of cool muscle. It's one of my favorite ones. It's called your peroneus longus muscle. I call it, to the little ones, the anti-sickle muscle. It's this muscle that keeps our foot from doing that awful, terrible thing. And if you place your hand on the outside of your calf right here, you can actually feel this. And when you point and wing your foot, you should feel a little muscle pop out. That muscle, your peroneus longus, runs all the way, connects here, runs all the way down underneath your ankle bone and goes underneath your foot. And that is that muscle that helps our feet wing and not sickle. So let's go to the bar. We're going to stand parallel. We're going to have demi-point. When you go to your demi-point, make sure that the ankle isn't sinking to the outside, that most of the weight is on that big toe. From there, you're going to press all the way up over the tip of your toe, not crunching, don't crunch. Tip of the toe, demi, and a down. A 1, 2, up, 3, 4, down, 5, 6, 7, 8. We do that twice through. From there, we're just going to do 4 quick little smack downs. We're going to do a 1, a 2, a 3, a 4, plie, releve, plie to the left. We have a demi, 2, 3, 4, and a 5, 6, 7, 8. A 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And a 1, and 2, and 3, and 4. Plie, releve, hold, hold. We're going to balance in parallel, really watching. If you can, do this directly facing a mirror so you can see what's happening with your ankles, because you want those ankles coming in to try to be kissing as you're in that parallel right away. We're going to slowly lower with our hands off the ground, making sure we don't plop. Slowly lower all the way down, rolling up our lower abs, rib cage melting down. All right, let's go ahead. Oh, I forgot. From there, we're going to hold for a balance for 8, slowly lower for 8. We're going to plie. We're going to turn out. We're going to do the whole thing in first position. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, twice through. All right, let's give it a go. 7, here we go. You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Feeling all your toes articulating. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 snap downs. We have 1, and 2, and 3, and 4. Plie, releve. Slowly lower it down to the left. So simple. Feel each toe spreading out as wide as possible. Try to do this without shoes if you can, so you can see all your toes. We go up, making sure that ankle is breathing in and not sickling. Demi, and down. 4 quick. And a 1, and a 2, and a 3, and a 4. We're going to go plie, rise up, and we lower for a 1, a 2. So slow, keeping that control. Try not to touch the bar. Good, let's plie. Take it to first. Feel those inner thighs rotating forward. We have a demi. Making sure that your peroneus longus is working so that foot isn't sickling. 1, 2, press. 4 little stomps. And 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and plie, releve, plie. Here we go to the left. And a demi, and press. Make sure you're giving some attention to that supporting side, making sure that we're not sinking or letting our hips get away from us. Those hips are directly over our standing leg. And a 1, and 2, and 3, and 4. We have plie, releve. Let's just take a nice balance and hold. Feel your lower abs rolling up. Slowly lower. Shake it out. Nice job. All right, guys, so next we're going to do plies. Plies are so important. Use them for everything. They're your jumps, your turns, your travel, they're your transition. Most important thing about pliés is that our knees are over our toes. The reason being, if the knees aren't, we don't have one point of force going into the ground and our legs are weak. So we're going to start in sixth position. We're just going to take a demi, 2, 3, 4, and a 5, 6, 7, 8, and a 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5, 6, plie, 2 first. So simple. Demi, 2 up, 3, 4, demi, 5, 6 up, 7, 8, plie, 2 up, 3, 4, lower, 5, 6, tendu, 2 second. Demi and stretch, a demi and stretch, rising up, or plie, rise up, lower, tendu to third. 1, 2 up, 3, 4 down, 5, 6 up, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, sorry, lower 5, 6, tendu 7 with the back leg, close, third position, left foot front. So we're going to go sixth, first, second, third with the right foot, third with the left foot. Making sure in these pliés that none of this business is happening and we're not twerking or letting our tailbone go out. You want that tailbone to go straight down. You don't want it to tuck and you don't want it to twerk. That happy spot right in the middle where you have a nice neutral pelvis. Okay, here we go. The other thing, maybe think of some imagery with it. Instead of plopping and squatting, think it's like peanut butter or something. So you have peanut butter on the way up, or that you have a balloon in between your inner thighs and you're trying to squeeze it on the way up. That way we're actually using our muscles and we're not just letting momentum help us. All right, here we go. 7, here we go. And 1, 2, lower abs up. Make sure your hands are gently resting on the bar. And a demi, 2, up, 3, 5, 6, plie, we go 2 first. You have a 1, 2. Make sure those knees are tracking directly over your toes. We're not forcing our turn out. Inner thigh squeezing up, demi, up, hold, and a lower. 6, we tendu to second. Here you go, demi, 1, 2, up, 3, 4, and a 5, 7, 8, plie. Find your balance. A lower. Tendu, we go to third position with the right foot front. Here we go. 1. Inner thighs are squeezing and a demi. Your legs should already be shaking and working. Tendu with the back leg. We close third position, left foot front. And a demi. Make sure the elbows are resting down by your sides. And a plie, releve, lower. We'll take a nice tendu back to first position and finish. You're done. Great. Moving on. Okay, so now that you just finished pliés, I'm sure hopefully your inner thighs are screaming a little bit. If you ever are having trouble figuring out how to get those knees over your toes, second position, always the easiest place to find it. So go to second position, take a demi-plie, and if you feel like your knees are hanging forward, imagine that your back is up against a wall and you have 2 balloons behind your knees and you're trying to press those balloons into the wall. That way, since your back is up against the wall, we can't be here, we can't be tucked, you just find that natural activation. And if you can find it in second, then just start transferring it through the other positions, keeping those knees pressing to the back wall, just tiny little pulses, and it will always be easiest to find. All right, let's move on to some tendus. We're going to start in first position, hands placed gently on the bar. And again, the whole reason we take ballet is to form habit. So it's so important that our tendus go to the same place every time. Otherwise, your body won't remember where your front, your side, and your back is. So I have my little things I like to call the magical lines of tendu. You have one that shoots out from in between your heels, one that comes off each big toe, and then one that shoots straight through the back. So on the front, your heel stays on the line. To the side, your toe, big toe, stays on the line. It doesn't go behind that or in front of that, right on that line. To your turnout, not your neighbor's, don't force it. And your heel stays on the line to the back. So from here, we're just gonna have front and close, front and close, front, lengthen, lengthen. See if you can test your balance. Tendu and close. Aside and close. Aside and close. Side. Lengthen. Lengthen. Close to the back and close. Back and close. Back. Lengthen. Lengthen. Close. Out. Close. Out. Close. Out, we lower our heel down. We transfer our weight to our right leg. So our right leg is now our supporting. Left leg is working. We close. We repeat the whole thing left. 2 quick, 1 slow. Front, side, back. Then we have side and close, side, heel lowers. Alternate, close. How you doing? Good? All right, let's try it. Here we go. You have a front, close. Front, a close. Front, lengthen, lengthen, find as much length in your legs, and close. We go side. Right on your magical line, trying to keep both hips even. Side. Lengthen, lengthen. Close. We go to the back. Make sure that leg is crossing behind you to give you the longest line possible. Lengthen, lengthen. Close. We have side, close, side, close, side. Our heel lowers. We transfer to the left. Front, close. Front, close. Making sure the weight stays in the balls of the feet. Close, left, side, side, and aside. Lengthen, lengthen. Close to the back. Close. Making sure your hips are staying square. We're not releasing in that pelvis. That hip flexor is reaching forward. And we have side, close, side, close, side, lower, tendu, close. Let's rise up and find a balance. Heels coming forward, lower tummy rolling up, rib cage melting down, sternum coming forward. And present. And finish. Okay, so we just did tandus. I hope they went well. Keep in mind, always so important that doing the same thing every time is the only way we create habit in our body. So even though it's a really simple combination, be so in tune to exactly what spot your foot is going to. If you want, draw those lines, draw the magical lines. See if you can get them to erase by the time you're done your tandus. Your tandu becomes your dégagé, which becomes your battement. Everything starts somewhere and then becomes something that we want to be great at in center. So we're going to do the exact same combination with dégagé. So it'll be a front and a close, and a front and a close. Front, let's take the hands to fifth and close. Side and close, side and close, side. Fifth, tendu, close. Back and a close, back and a close, back. Tendu, close. Out and a close, out and a close. Out, heel down, lengthen, close. To the left. Same thing, dégagé, disengage. It needs to snap and fly out, have as much energy as a battement would. It just so happens to stop at 45 degrees, and it needs to close softly. Never slam your heels closed, because then you're not using muscles, you're just using momentum. So imagine you have like a grape in between your heels, and you don't want to squish it. Okay, let's give it a go. 6, 7, here you go. We have front, close, front, accent that out. Out. Find your balance. Ooh, don't fall like me. And close. Snap. Soft. Snap. Soft. Snap. Find your balance. Tendu, close. We go back. Close. Making sure that we're not chickening. Nothing like that is happening. And we have out. Close. Out. Close. Out. Tendu. A lower. To the left and a snap. Close, snap, lower tummy rolling up, find your balance, make sure the weight's in the balls of the feet to the side, side, close, side, close, and to the back, cross it, behind you, lengthen your knees, feel your pelvis coming forward, pinky toe reaching back, and we go side, close, tendu. Finish, and you're done. Okay, we're going to move on. We're going to do some rond de jambes. And again, keeping in mind, what does a rond de jambe become? Are you thinking about it? Okay, a rond de jambe becomes a fouette. It becomes a second turn, a fan kick, a renversé. This is what teaches your body how to have control on the supporting side while one leg is moving in a circular motion. So the most important leg in a rond de jambe, believe it or not, is the supporting leg. Think about those maypoles. Have you ever seen those with the kids with the ribbons and they hop around the maypoles and they create this little weavy thing? If that pole did this, it would not be a very beautiful design at the end. So think that your supporting side is that maypole and your working leg is going to move freely around it without this moving. So we're going to have nice and slow from the front, lower tummy rolling up, rib cage melting down, sternum breathing forward. We become demi, snap. So that's 1, 2. We open 3, 4. 3, close 4, sorry. We go 5, 6, 7, 8. So it's a slow for 4. 1 and a 2 and a 3, close 4. We have 5, 6, 7, 8. We reverse it to the back. 1 and a 2 and a 3, close 4. We have 5, 6, 7, 8. From here, we're going to go 1, 2, 3 and a 4 and a 5, 6, 7 and a 8. Plie, releve. Slowly lower, we go to the left, yeah? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We go front, we go back, then we do the whole thing. Then we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, close 8. Plie, releve, balance, and hold. So simple, but rond de jambe's a hard motion to get. So imagine that you have an imaginary bubble surrounding your body called your kinesphere, right? And you want to touch the edges of that at any given moment. So if my rond de jambe comes and my hips sink back, my leg gets shorter, and I'm no longer touching the edge of my magical bubble. So think without this side moving, that leg is trying to lengthen as far and as long away from you, keeping an even circle as you go around. All right, let's give it a go. And a 5. Lower tummy rolling up, shoulders down and out. Here we go. You have a 1. Snap. 3. Making sure you're closing on your line. 5, 6, 7. We go to the back. Back, feel your hip flexor pulling forward. Your doors are closing. Close. 7, 8 for 4. 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5, 6, 7, 8. We plie. 1. Rising up, feeling your inner thighs spiraling forward like you're trying to get the backs of your thighs to come front and meet. We lower, and we go left. 1, 2, open 3, 4 and a 5, 6, 7. Articulate your foot on the floor. Ooh, sorry. 4, my bad. Back. 6, 7, 8 for 4. And all the way around. 2, 3, 4. And a 5, 6, 7, 8. We plie down. Up. And just balance. Hang out here. Let's take the arms up. We're going to open. Feel your elbows flip up. Out, long, plie, finish. Nice job. All right, moving on. We're going to do a couple simple sautés at barre just to get our feet warmed up in that feeling of ballon, how to get our booty off the floor. All right, so we're going to start first position, facing the barre, a demi, releve, a demi, releve, demi, sauté, sauté, and stretch. Couple things I don't want to see. Any of this business where we're using the bar. The bar is just there for fun. It's not helping us. We're using our muscles to go down and up. We're like a spring. You want your knees to go directly over the toes. As soon as our pelvis releases, this right here, this is gonna get a little weird, but it is our powerhouse, yeah? Our core, it's the most powerful part on a human body. So if this happens, this disengages and we're losing all of that power. This right here is what will teach you how to jump. So really make sure that you are lifting. Literally think that someone's coming up with you like a stick right underneath your legs going, ha! And I promise you're going to activate those pelvic floor muscles going like, ah! And it'll work a little better, okay? So plie, releve, plie, sauté, sauté, and up. We're going to do it twice through. Then after we go plie, tendu to second. We're just going to do it in first and second. So in second, plie, releve, plie, sauté, sauté. And plie, releve, plie, sauté, sauté, tendu to first finish. Great. All I want you to think about is your feet and your booty, making sure that you're spiraling forward, tailbone is going straight down. Let's do it. And plie. and up. Making sure you're not dropping. I don't want to hear you land. And plie, plie. Done. Nice job. So I hope those jumps went well because we're probably going to revisit them without the bar. So keep in mind what you were thinking about, knees over toes, lower tummy rolling up. We're going to do some grand battements. Now, I know it says grand, but I want you to keep in mind this is not about how high your leg gets because, you know what? Anybody who's slightly flexible can do that, and it means nothing. Dancers can do that, but with control and placement, and that's what makes us special and different. So go for that, not height. We're going to start in first position. We're going to put our hand on our hip. Our head's going to look out. We're going to go front and close, front and close, front, plie, releve, lower. Side and close, side and close, side, plie, releve, and lower. Back and close, back and close, back, plie, releve, and lower. Side and close, side and close, side, plie, releve, and hold. We're going to balance. We're going to come to susu. We're going to soutenu. We're going to lower first position left side. Front and a close, front and a close, front, plie, releve, and close. How are we feeling? Pretty good? Couple things about the back. Think about, real quick, I'm going to ask you a question. I want you to think about it because I know I can't hear your response. But when you do a grand battement back, what part of your body moves first? Okay, well, for those of you who think it's your chest or your toe, wrong, right? Because if our chest moves, then our booty goes out, and we don't want our leg to be lifted from the back. The first thing you want to think about when you go back, believe it or not, is your pelvis going forward. So when you go back, instead of releasing, think, whew, this is coming up in front. That'll make sure that this leg stays locked and we don't shift our weight to our heel, because that doesn't work very well. So pelvis comes up and forward like you have a string, again, opposition always. You have a string on the front of your hip flexor pulling it forward and a string on your pinky toe pulling it back and away. And that opposition will give you stability. Let's give it a go. Hand lightly on the bar. Here we go. Snap, control, snap, control. Front, plie, releve. At any time, check that you're not squeezing this bar. Think that it's like the neck of a puppy and you don't want to kill it. Plie, releve. To the back hip flexors, forward and back. And a back, plie, rise up. Last time, side, side. Make sure you feel your hips shifting on your supporting side. Out, plie, releve, and hold. Let's balance, lower abs rolling up. Make sure you're not falling back in those heels and not sickling. And we're gonna susu. We're gonna soutenu. We're gonna lower left side. 6, shoulder down. Here we go. And a front and close. Front and close. Making sure the weight is staying in the balls of the supporting leg. And side and close. Hips are going right, rib cage going left. Plie. Up. Down we go. Back and in. Back and in. Back. Plie. Rise up. We go aside and in. Again, it's not about height, it's just about control. Back, plie, rise up, find your balance. Lovely, let's susu, soutenu, a plie. You're done. Guys, thank you so much for taking my beginner ballet bar. Most important thing about bar is finding alignment, and that's the hardest thing in dance, is to fine-tune your instrument. And it takes professional dancers later into their careers to really understand it. So go slow with it. Take time. The only way you're going to be able to find it is by playing around with your muscles, looking in the mirror, what's right, what's not. Thank you so much. I'll see you in center.